Good morning, students. Today we will read, that is, coordinate geometry. So coordinate geometry stands for, that is, so here we plot a point, address a point in a plane. So a plane is considered to be have dimension. First it is called one dimension. One dimension is called a point, and two dimension is called a line, that is having two unit of measurement. Sorry, this is zero dimension is a point, one dimension is a line, two dimension is in plane, that is considered to be two axes, x and y axis. So it is divided into four quadrant. Similarly, three dimension is considered to be space. So first of all, we concentrate on coordinate geometry, that is in two dimension, that is a plane. So here we address a point having coordinate xy. So a point having coordinate xy, its x coordinate is called abscissa and y coordinate is called ordinate. So it has two coordinate, x and y, and x coordinate is called abscissa and y coordinate is ordinate. So a point having coordinate xy, so we move from origin on x axis, that is x, and y axis distance y. So its point having coordinate xy. So next we find, suppose there are 2 points A and B having coordinate x1 y1 and B x2 y2. Now the distance between these 2 points AB, so distance AB is defined to be root over of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is called distance between 2 points, so it is called distance formula. So it can be easily verified with the help of algebra. So here we move x1 and y1 and x2 y2. So the difference between, suppose this is AM, is x2 minus x1, and BM, the difference is y2 minus y1. So obviously this is a right angle triangle, so AB is nothing but AM square plus BM square root over. So this is called distance between 2 points, this is distance. Suppose for example we have 2 points, A having coordinate minus 2 1 and B having coordinate 3 4. So now the distance between AB is nothing but square root of difference between x coordinate, that is 3 minus minus 2 whole square plus 4 minus 1 whole square. So that is root over of 5 square plus 3 square, so which is equal to root over of 34. So this is distance between 2 points and this is called distance formula. Next we have, if it is 3 points, suppose 3 points are A x1 y1 and B x2 y2 and C having coordinate x3 y3. So by 3 points we can draw a triangle ABC. So area of triangle ABC is x1 into y2 minus y1 plus for x1, that is y2 minus y1, y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. So this is called area of triangle. So to find area of triangle, if we have three given points, that is having coordinate x1 y1, x2 y2 and x3 y3, we can find its area formula by x1 omitting y1, y2 minus y3 plus x2 omitting y2, that is y3 minus y1 plus x3 omitting y3, that is y1 minus y2. So this is called area of triangle. It can be easily proved by joining perpendiculars from x axis, suppose AM, CN and BQ. So obviously area of triangle is equal to, so area of triangle ABC is nothing but area of trapezium AMQC AMNC plus CNQB minus AMQB. So it can be proved accordingly. So finally we have area of triangle, and one of its result is, suppose area of triangle is 0, then we have 3 points are collinear. So if area of triangle is 0, so then we have 3 points are collinear. So this is area of triangle. We can, suppose we have, take one example, suppose A points having coordinate 1 2, B 4 minus 3 and C 5 0. Suppose we are given 3 points, then we have area of triangle delta is equal to half. First we take 1 omitting 2, that is minus 3 minus 0. So we move accordingly. 1 excluding 2, that is minus 3 minus 0 plus 4 into excluding, if we take 4 then excluding minus 3, that is 0 minus 2 plus 5 into excluding 0, that is 2 minus minus 3. So area is always positive, so we take its modulus, so that is equal to half into modulus 1 into minus 3, that is minus 3 plus minus 8, then 25. So that is 25 minus 11, that is equal to half into 14. So that is equal to 7 square units. So we have area of triangle. So this is called area formula. Next we will, so if area of triangle is 0, then 3 points are collinear, that they lie on a straight line. So this area will be 0. Next you have angle of inclination. So, angle of inclination is angle with positive x axis in anti-clockwise direction. So, that is called angle of inclination. Suppose we have a line and this is x axis. So, this is called positive x axis, and if we consider with anti-clockwise direction, then theta is called angle of inclination. Next we have slope or tangent of a line. So, tangent is nothing but tan theta. So, slope of a line is called tan theta, where theta is called angle of inclination. So, if we say, for example, what is slope of x axis? So, for x axis, the angle x with itself is 0 degree. So, here theta is equal to 0. So, slope is equal to tan 0, that is equal to 0. Similarly, slope of y axis, here theta is equal to 90 degree and this is tan 90, that is equal to infinity. So, y axis makes angle 90 degree with x axis. So, slope of y axis is 90 degree, is infinity, and theta is 90 degree. Next we will find angle between two lines. Suppose we have two lines L1 and L2 makes an angle theta. Suppose there is angle theta between L1 and L2, and if we have x and y axis, suppose L1 makes an angle theta 1 and L2 makes an angle theta 2. Then we have, this is theta, then we have theta plus theta 2 is equal to theta 1. So, these two are internal angle. So, theta plus theta 2 is equal to theta 1. So, theta is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2. Then taking tan of both sides, tan theta is equal to tan theta 1 minus tan minus theta 2. So, that is equal to, so tan theta is equal to tan theta 1 minus tan theta 2 divided by 1 plus tan theta 1 into tan theta 2. Suppose m1 is equal to tan theta 1 and m2 is equal to tan theta 2. So, where m1 and m2 are slopes of line L1 and L2. So, tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 divided by 1 plus m1 into m2. So, this is called angle between two lines. So, here we have taking modulus psi, because theta 1 or theta 2, either of them may be then external angle. So, this is called angle between two lines. Next we have two cases, that is L1 is parallel to L2. Suppose two lines are parallel, then theta is equal to 0 degree and tan 0 is equal to 0. So, that means numerator part is equal to 0. So, that is m1 is equal to m2. So, two lines are parallel. Similarly, second case is L1 is perpendicular to L2. Here theta is equal to 90 degree So cot 90 is equal to 0. So that means the denominator part is equal to 0. That means 1 plus m1 m2 is equal to 0. So m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. That is the conditions that two lines are perpendicular. So if two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. If two lines are perpendicular, product of their slopes is equal to minus 1. So we have angle between two lines and condition they are parallel and condition they are perpendicular. So we can take one example. Suppose A point is 4 minus 3 and B point is x minus x2. AB and C point is 4 minus 1 and D 5 3. If AB is perpendicular to CD, then find x. So if AB is perpendicular to CD, the conditions is slope, product of their slopes is equal to minus 1. So slope of AB into slope of CD is equal to minus 1. That is AB is perpendicular to CD. Now what is slope of AB? Is simply defined by 2 minus minus 3 divided by x minus 4. That is slope of AB. And slope of CD is subsequently 3 minus 1 divided by 5 minus 4 is equal to minus 1. So that is 5 by x minus 4 into 2 by 1 is equal to minus 1. So this implies 10 is equal to minus x plus 4. So x is equal to 6. So two lines are perpendicular, then x is equal to 6. So this is the conditions that two lines are perpendicular and slope between two lines. So we have distance formula, area formula, and angle between two lines and condition of parallel and perpendicular. So next we come to locus. So what is locus? So we have locus of a point. So locus of a point is the path traced by a point in a plane satisfying certain geometrical conditions. So this is called locus of a point. So if a point moves in a plane satisfying certain geometrical condition, then it's called its locus. So first we will discuss a straight line. So straight line is locus of a point in a plane such that it is collinear with two given points. So we have straight line is defined to be locus of a point in a plane which is collinear with two given points. So if we have two given points A and B, so straight line is defined to be if a point which is collinear, suppose the point is P point which is collinear with 2 points A and B is called straight line. So suppose this point P having coordinate xy, so it is a moving point having coordinate xy, and A point is say 2 minus 1 and B is 4 5. So we can take one example. Suppose A point is 2 minus 1 and B point is 4 5, and let P point is xy. So A, P and B are collinear. So 3 points are collinear, then area of triangle APB is equal to 0. So area of triangle is defined to be half, we can take 2 into excluding minus 1, that is y minus 5, subtracting y coordinate 2 into y minus 5 plus x into excluding y, that is 5 minus minus 1 plus 4 into minus 1 minus y is equal to 0. So we move accordingly. First by taking 2 excluding minus 1, that is y minus 5 plus x into 5 minus minus 1 plus 4 into minus 1 minus y is equal to 0. So by simplifying it is equal to 2y minus 10 plus 6x minus 4 minus 4y is equal to 0. So that is 6x minus 2y minus 14 is equal to 0, that is 3x minus y minus 7 is equal to 0. So this is locus of 3 given points A, B. So this is straight line. Next we will have circle. So what is a circle? So circle is defined to be, circle is locus of a point, locus of a point in a plane which is always at a fixed distance from a fixed point. So next we have a geometrical figure, that is circle. So what is circle? So fixed point is defined to be center, and fixed distance is called radius. So suppose this is fixed point and fixed distance is r. So, if we move point P with fixed distance around point C, then we have a circle. So, this is a circle. So, take an example, say locus of point P for point P which is at a distance 3 units from a fixed point (2 minus 1). So, here to find locus of point P, let P point is xy. So, we have to find this point P which is locus, and C point is 2 minus 1 is center, and distance PC is equal to 3 units. So, PC distance, we have distance formula, that is root over of x minus 2 whole square plus y minus minus 1 whole square is equal to 3. So, we can simplify it, that is equal to root over of, that is x minus 2 whole square plus y plus 1 whole square is equal to 9. So, squaring both sides. Now, by simplifying, we have x square minus 4x plus 4 plus y square plus 2y plus 1 is equal to 9, or that is x square plus y square minus 4x plus 2y minus 4 is equal to 0. So, this is circle and its locus. So, you have different geometrical figures, that is straight line, circle, and different conic sections, that is parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. So, this is all about the locus of a point. So, next we will discuss straight line. So, straight line is defined to be locus of a point which is collinear with two given points. So, straight line is locus of a point in a plane which is collinear with two given points. So, we can draw a straight line if we have two given points A and B. A straight line can be drawn by joining these 2 points. So, the moving point is P, which is collinear with A and B. So, a straight line can be parallel to coordinate axis or it is an inclined line. So, here it is an inclined line, or a straight line is parallel to coordinate axis. So, we can draw straight line accordingly. Either it is parallel to x axis, or it is parallel to y axis, or a straight line is an inclined line. So, here it is an inclined line. So, the next part is we will find equation of straight line. How to find equation of straight line? So, to find equation of straight line, first we will discuss if a line is parallel to coordinate axis. So, if a line is parallel to coordinate axis, first if a line is parallel to x axis, so if a line is parallel to x axis, its angle of inclination is equal to 0 and slope is equal to 0. M, that is slope, which is equal to 0. So, slope of a line is where M is equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. So, slope is equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. Suppose this point is xy moving point and a point is x1 y1. So, M is equal to 0 means y minus y1 is equal to 0, that is equal to y is equal to y1. So, that is y is equal to constant is a line parallel to x axis. So, that means we move along y axis. A line is parallel to x axis. So, suppose y is equal to minus 2 is a line which is parallel to x axis and at a distance 2 units below x axis. So, this line is y is equal to minus 2. Similarly, y is equal to 4. We move 4 distance above x axis. That is y is equal to 4 and y is equal to 0 is obviously equation of x axis. So, y is equal to 0 is equation of x axis. Similarly, if a line is parallel to y axis, so here theta is equal to 90 degree. Where theta is angle of inclination, theta is 90 degree. So, tan 90 degree is equal to infinity, that is anything divided by 0. So, if a point is x1 y1 and a moving point is xy. So, slope of this line is equal to y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. So, tan 90 is equal to 0. So, that means denominator term is equal to 0, that is x minus x1 is equal to 0. So, x is equal to x1. So, that is x is equal to constant is equation of line parallel to y axis. So, that means suppose we can take an example, that is x is equal to 2 is, here we move along x axis 2 units. Similarly, x is equal to minus 3, that we move 3 units towards left of y axis and along x axis, that is x is equal to minus 3. So, this is equation of line parallel to y axis, and x is equal to 0 is obviously equation of y axis. So, equation of y axis is x is equal to 0. So, these are the two obvious cases, that is line which is parallel to coordinate axis. Take one more example. Suppose we have two lines, that is 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 and 4x plus 5 is equal to 0, and distance between two above lines. So, 3x is equal to 2, here x is equal to 2 by 3 and 4x is equal to 5, x is equal to minus 5 by 4. So, we have two lines, that is x is equal to 2 by 3, that is 2 by 3 along x axis, that is x is equal to 2 by 3. X is equal to minus 5 by 4, that is 5 by 4 units towards left of y axis. So, now the distance between these two lines is 5 by 4, 2 by 3 minus of minus 5 by 4 modulus. So, that is equal to 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4, by taking LCM 12, that is 8 plus 15, that is equal to 23 by 12. So, that is distance between two parallel lines, which is 23 by 12. Next, we will have inclined lines. Or it is called as a slant or inclined line. So, how we draw a line? A line can be drawn through two given points. Suppose we have 2 points x1 y1 and b x2 y2. Suppose we are given two given points, one is x1 y1 and other one is x2 y2. So, 2 given points x1 y1 and b x2 y2. Now, we can draw a line through these two given points by a moving point P having coordinate x y. Now, A, P and B are collinear. So, 3 points are collinear. The condition is area of triangle APB is equal to 0, or we have slope of AP is equal to slope of PB AB by taking common A point. So, slope of AP is equal to slope of AB. So, we can take any two of the given conditions. So, what is slope of AP? Is y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to slope of PB is AB is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So, this is equation of line through two given points, or it is called as 2 points form. So, equation of line in 2 points form. So, if we are given 2 points, we can put this formula directly to find its equation. So, we can take an example. Say equation of line through minus 1, 2 and 4, 5. We are given 2 points. Suppose A point is minus 1, 2 and B point is 4, 5. So, equation of line through these 2 points. So, here this is x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. So, we can put directly this formula, that is y minus y1, that is 2 divided by x minus minus 1 is equal to 5 minus 2 divided by 4 minus minus 1. So, that is y minus 2 by x plus 1 is equal to 3 by 5. So, we can simplify it, that is 5y minus 10 is equal to 3x plus 3, or that is 3x minus 5y plus 13 is equal to 0. So, this is equation of line through these 2 given points. So, we can take one more example, that is equation of line bisecting the line segment joining 4 minus 1, 3 2 and 5 2 minus 2 3. So, suppose these 2 points are A 4 minus 1, B 3 2 and C 5 2 D minus 2 3. So we have 2 points A B and C D. So P and Q are its midpoints. So line through these 2 points P and Q can be found by, first P is midpoint of AB and Q is midpoint of CD. So to find the coordinate of P, we have its midpoint is found to be, adding these 2 points, 4 plus 3 divided by 2 minus 1 plus 2 by 2. So this is its midpoint. Similarly, Q point is minus 2 plus 5 by 2, 3 plus 2 by 2. So that is P point having coordinate 7 by 2, 1 by 2, and Q point is 3 by 2, 5 by 2. So we have 2 points P and Q. So equation of line through PQ is y minus half divided by x minus 7 by 2 is equal to 5 by 2 minus half divided by 3 by 2 minus 7 by 2. So this is, on simplifications, gives 2y minus 1 by 2x minus 7 is equal to 4 by minus 4, that is minus 1. So that is 2y minus 1 is equal to minus 2x plus 7, that is 2x plus 2y minus 8 is equal to 0, or x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. Hello students, we will now continue with the straight lines. So first we will discuss the ratio formula. So if we have 2 points A having coordinate x1 y1 and B having coordinate x2 y2, say P is a point xy which divides AB in the ratio k is to 1. So x is equal to k into x2 plus 1 into x1 divided by k plus 1. Similarly, y is equal to k into y2 plus 1 into y1 divided by k plus 1. So this is called ratio formula, and depending on k, if k is positive, it is called internal ratio. If k is equal to 1, it is called midpoint, and if k is negative, it is called external ratio. So this is ratio by which P point divides AB. Suppose we can take one example. Suppose a ratio take one example, find coordinate of a point which divides the line joining 2 1 and 3 4 in the ratio 3:4 internally second one that is external. So here we have x1 is equal to two and y1 is equal to 1. This is x1 y1 and x2 is equal to 3, y2 is equal to 4. So for internal ratio k is positive, that is k is equal to 3/4. So the point will be x is equal to k into x2, that is 3/4 into 3 plus 1 into 2 divided by 3/4 plus 1, and y is equal to 3/4 into y2, that is 4 plus 1 into 1 divided by 3/4 plus 1. So this is called internal ratio. We can simplify it, that is equal to 9 plus 8, 17/7, and y is equal to 16/7. And for external ratio k is negative, that is minus 3/4. So internal ratio, the point is an internal point, that is if you have 2 points A, that is 2 1, B 3 4, then P is internal ratio, that is 17/7, 16/7, that is in the ratio 3:4. And for external ratio k is negative, so you have x is equal to minus 3/4 into 4 into 3 plus 1 into 2 divided by minus 3/4 plus 1, and y is equal to minus 3/4 into 4 plus 1 into 1 divided by minus 3/4 plus 1. So this is on simplifications gives minus 1 and y is coordinate is one. So the point is minus 1 1. So for external point, P point is an external point, that is 2 1, B point is 1 4, and the external point P, say Q, that is minus 1 1, and the ratio is 3:4. So suppose this part is 3 and this part is 4, but external ratio is a negative quantity. So this is all about ratio formula, the ratio between two lines. So we have also centroid of a triangle. So from ratio formula we have centroid of triangle. Suppose we have 3 points x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3. So centroid is intersection of 3 median. Suppose 3 medians AD, BE and CF, 3 medians intersect at a point that is called G point, it is called centroid, and the ratio is 2:1. So G point is centered, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So this is called centroid of truncated. So centroid is a balancing point. So another most important thing is, if we join two triangles ABC and DEF, then these two triangles have same centroid. So centroid of triangle ABC is also equal to centroid of triangle DEF. So this is ratio formula and centroid formula. So we have also discussed equation of straight line. One form that we have discussed, that is called 2 points form. That is y minus y1 by x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. That is 2 points form. Next, the other form is point slope form. So point slope form means we are given a point, given point A x1 y1 and slope is equal to a. Suppose a point A point is given x1 y1 and line having slope m is given, that is tan theta. So equation of line will be y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So it can be easily verified. Suppose P is any other point having coordinate xy. So slope of AP is equal to m. So this implies m is equal to y minus y1 by x minus x1, that is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So this is called point slope form. So this is most important, one of the important form. Next we have third one is slope intercept form. Suppose we are given slope is equal to m and y intercept is equal to c. That means suppose a straight line having y intercept is measured from origin, that is equal to c, and slope is equal to m, that is equal to tan theta. So to find equation of line, say any point on y axis is 0 c. A point. Suppose P is a point, any point on the line xy. So slope of AP is equal to. So this implies m is equal to y minus c by x minus 0. So this implies mx is equal to y minus c. So y is equal to mx plus c. So this is equation of line in point slope form. when C is equal to 0, y is equal to mx, that is line through origin. So that means if we draw a line through origin, then its equation is y is equal to mx. So equation of straight line, one is equal to 2 points form, second one is point slope form, third one is slope intercept form. So slope intercepts, given slope is equal to m and y intercept is c. Next we have intercepts form. Suppose we are given x intercept is equal to a and y intercept is equal to b. Suppose x and y intercepts are a and b. Obviously, the intercepts are measured from origin. So a point on x axis is a0 and b point is coordinate 0b. So here 2 points a0 and 0b on the line.